we are making an introduction because one of the startups we kind of had the chance to know with the path of Officina dell'Idea, that's iMERO. And we are kind of introducing a person, Alessio, that could be interested in join as a collaborator to develop the Italian market. So maybe like a quick introduction from Alessio.
Yeah, absolutely, my pleasure. I don't know if Jonas is still connected. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay, nice to meet you all, guys. I know very well Alessandro because actually we went to the same high school. So the first time I met him, I was a little bit younger than now. Probably was 15 years ago. We both had more hair. I know Alessandro actually is like he still have a lot of hair.
I still have.
Yeah, I have to say that, like, yeah. But for sure, we were less fat than now. No, by the way, I mean, we went to the same high school, but not only because we went to the same university. Actually, not exactly in the same class, but in the same university. So this is just to say that I'm an engineer too. I'm a management engineer. I don't know if like management makes sense for you, Jonas. It's like industrial engineers. So in Italy, we have this kind of like specific engineering that is like between business, supply chain, like industrial processes. So and it's focused partially on like technical subject, but at the same time more business and management subject. So I did there my bachelor and my magistrale, so the 2 years after the bachelor that we have here in Italy. And I was always, I mean, I spent all my life, like, I was very passionate, like, actually, I've been for all my life very passionate about food. This is probably because both my parents, like, from both sides of my family, so from my mother's side and from my father's side, we have two family, like, food family businesses. Okay, so actually, like, more based on the hospitality industry from my mother's side, and like my father has a little like company in the Monferrato area, that is area next to like Torino, like we say, that produce and like manufacture breast sticks, artisanals and handmade breast sticks. So I mean, then I actually decided to do something completely different in my life. So I studied engineering, but I can like actually underline like a specific moment in my university study in which I came back actually to food, because my master thesis was on blockchain application in supply chain, so in 2017, with a focus on the agri-food industry. So at that stage, I analyzed more than 60 startups that were applying the blockchain technology in the agri-food for tracing and tracking, for the tracing and tracking of like product. By the way, after my studies at the university, I decided to do like something that is very common for engineers, like management engineers. So I started working for a big consulting company called KPMG. I don't know if you know KPMG. So I worked there as a consultant for 3 years actually, and then I during that time I took a master in financial modeling in a business school in Milan, and then actually during COVID I decided that was time to change my life. I was not happy to work as a consultant in KPMG. I mean, even if like was going pretty well the career there, I was a senior consultant, and I mean I was working for a big bank in Italy, but I was not happy actually. So I decided to completely change my life. I quit the job, and I decided to completely, not just like like some sprinkle here and there, but like to completely come back to food. And because I needed to have more credibility in this industry, I decided to start and to do a full-time master at the University of Gastronomic Science. That is the only university, probably you know it, okay? In food culture, communication, and marketing. So I moved to the Langhe area. That is probably you know because it's pretty famous for wine. And I started this master. It was a crazy experience. I was in a class of like 30 people with 16, in which there were like 16 different nationalities. So it was super international, super cool. I visited many companies, so it was a great experience. I just finished, and actually I if I understood well, Ale, you and Jonas, you met each other for the first time thanks to the CBI. So I don't know I mean, there's a long story, by the way. I just attended the last I4C, the last I4C. So I actually, I was in Geneva 2 weeks ago at CERN for the pitch of our I4C project. So I mean, I think that you know very well the CBI, environment and what that I4C is. And now I'm actually working as a consultant in the food industry for many companies and doing different projects, mostly based on sustainability. And I'm working with wineries now, actually, and the dream is to build my own consulting company potentially in the future. But now it's more like I'm working with different clients that obviously have different needs. But everything now, I mean, my career now is only focused and will be only focused in the future on food and wine. So this is my background. This is Alessio. Obviously, I mean, I was a little bit longer probably than the expectation, but I hope that I was able to give you a kind of big picture.
Yes. Thank you so much. No, I understand, and I think what's really valuable for us is that you bring together two very important qualities that we would need in expanding in the Italian wine industry. Is one, the network and the connection, also with the university, maybe a good info point, how the wine industry is structured in Italy, what are the big regions, how do we get to associations and stuff. And on the other hand, you already have some, I don't know what you did exactly during the consulting phase, but you bring the economic background as well, because we would really basically build the Italian business.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Alessio, for your presentation. It was very interesting and valuable for us. So what we are here to do, Alessio, what you can do for Jonas, and Jonas, what you can offer to Alessio. We remind for Alessio that Jonas is looking for a commercial partner, right?
Exactly.
And maybe a specific one that will develop the Italian market, right?
Exactly.
Perfect. Alessio, are you in the position to help Jonas? Are you interested in that, or what you were imagining to do?
Okay, I have to say that I had a very brief and quick chat with Ale. I mean, during lunch break. So and I didn't see the video. So actually, I don't know. I mean, I can for sure answer Matteo absolutely 100%. So I mean, what I can answer now is just I'm willing to put and to share with Jonas contact and expertise that I have and make them available. Then how can I do it? I mean, that's I don't have, I think, all the elements now.
Okay.
I don't have all the elements now to actually give you a precise.
Perfect. Answer. Okay, so we will share with you the videos, or okay.
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 Absolutely.
We will suggest you to see the videos per two, so it's more fast. So in half an hour you will have 1 hour of meeting at least, in which Jonas has been very, very deeply specific and has made us a great view of what his mission, companies, needs, and what and why we are helping him. So you have a clear understanding of why we are here and why we are doing that presentation.
Okay.
And Jonas, you have something to say specific to Alessio?
Sure. For one, Alessio, I can give you also for now a 2-minute pitch of the software, basically. I think that will help to make you generally understand what it's about. And then for me, it would be very interesting to hear. I mean, you say you currently have consulting projects ongoing. So we need somebody basically right now helping to build us the Italian business. We can make a second call where we discuss how we would structure such a project. Basically, also, I would definitely want you to have skin in the game, in the sense that you basically become an entrepreneur as well and participate in the market that we want to conquer. And but you would have to have some availability. So this is not a project that you can do basically 1 day a week or something. We would need to have you at least part-time. I mean, you structure the time and the tasks you have on your own, but we really need somebody basically being managing director then of the Italian market. We would also put you on the side, first some part-time employees, working students and stuff that will help you, support you. If things go quicker, we can even build a team around. And all of these need to be managed and steered. And that would basically go into the direction that I would need you to become the head of. Really quick. And I'm sure you're a quick guy. You will pick it up really quickly. So let's do this in English. I can send you the website. You will find it in Italian as well. But so basically, what our software is all about is this. So wine in the European Union has been in the lucky position that they actually never have to tell anybody what is in the wine and what terms of sugar, energy, carbohydrates and stuff is in the wine. So it was actually a big exception. Every Coca-Cola has, these tables that are printed on it, and everybody looks on it and is like, oh, okay, I'm getting fat with this. Wine never had to do that. Now they do. And but the big exception is that the European Union is trying something. You are allowed to use these kind of QR codes on the etiquette, because wineries complained, we don't have space to put all this information. We would need to completely change the layout of wines, which is true. So now they're allowed to put on like a 1 by 1 centimeter QR code, and behind the QR code you have this kind of information about the wine, basically. This is very strict. These tables have certain measures that you need to put in. They have certain rounding values, what you need to claim, how do you calculate these values, and also what ingredients are allowed. And a special thing in Italy is that you also need to put on information about the recycling. This is already live, basically. All wineries need to put this information on since 1st of January 2023. And then you have to have like basic stuff in imprint, data privacy statement, these kind of things. And for small winery, this is quite a task, because for every wine, every year, for every vintage, you need to post this information. We have a step-by-step approach where you can, with 5 simple steps, by just typing in basically the name of the wine, uploading some pictures if you want to. This is about the numbers, basically the checking numbers, the controlling numbers. And then here you can very easily, with the values of the laboratory that you get, you can calculate the respective nutritional table. You can just select basically what you added to the wine, some sugar, maybe, I don't know, you filled under certain conditions. It will all like perfectly be displayed, and you will get it in all languages of Europe. So if somebody in Italy scans, you get it in Italian, etc., etc. Then you can do this recycling stuff, and in the end, fill the imprint, and you're done. And basically, you get the QR codes for the etiquettes. We sell this to wineries in packages. So basically, small wineries can enter with a fairly small package, whilst bigger wineries with hundreds of wines they get a big suite where they can also manage the edits. And this is the software that we would like to distribute, especially in Italy, because in Italy it's the biggest market of all over Europe, with about 300,000 wineries, we heard. So it's huge, it's tremendous. And there's also a big need for that. And we are one of the few companies that A, have a software that looks user-friendly, and B, that combines this recycling information together with this new legislation. And that's why we need a sales rep in Italy distributing this kind of software to the wineries, so that every winery in Italy has heard of iMERO and of the software. And when it comes, this thing will go live in December, end of this year, that they know, okay, I can just with a few clicks comply by using this software. This is basically in 2 minutes the task.
Oh, thank you so much. That was very clear and really helped me to understand now all the stuff. Yeah, thank you so much.
Sorry, Jonas. You talk about all the packaging, all the things about because it's not only, I understand, about the label, but you even have to calculate. I don't know if you arrive to calculate the carbon footprint or not. You arrive only to calculate.
Not yet.
Okay, can you say something about the part?
It could. Sorry.
Can you say something about that part?
It could be included. So basically, what will happen from now until 2030 is that the European Union will make more and more information around products mandatory for the consumer to see. And for sure, that is already planned, carbon footprint past 2026 will become part of that. And we are now planning to expand these kind of software solutions for different sectors, so that basically every information that needs to be stated by law can be stated within these tools. And for sure we will add a calculator at some point where you can basically enter the stations that the product has been going through within the supply chain, maybe even a solution to track this automatically. And by that calculate a specific individual carbon footprint. But this is music for the future. So we say that in German. I don't know if that's an Italian thing. Let's say, but it is something that will come.
It sounds good. Let's say it sounds good.
Okay, but so now what is working right now till December? I mean, the part of pollution.
Mm-hmm. What's mandatory is ingredients, so what is put into the wine, and the energy values, so carbohydrates, sugars, fat, etc., and the information, what material has been used to package, and how do I correctly recycle it. Those 3 things are mandatory by December 8th, 2023.
2023, December. Okay.
This year. The recycling information is actually already mandatory in Italy, just in Italy, since 1st of January 2023. These 3 things, they will become mandatory all over Europe. So whole Europe by December 2023.
Okay, and there are already the sanction. You pay something if you don't...
Still under decision. So basically you have this European law that is now being translated into national law, and every nation basically states what the sanctions will be. We see sanctions between 10,000 to 40,000 euros if companies don't comply for the recycling information already. So quite substantial.
Okay, thank you.
Compared to pay a couple of €100 a year,
sure,
and using the software. Yeah.
Alessio, do you have any question or something to propose, or we can close the recording of the video of this meeting and we can pass to a private meeting?
No information. Thank you just so much for the sharing. I think it is a very exciting activity. So you are doing great, guys. So that's cool. Super cool.
Very good. So I will ask to Alessandro if you have any question or something to say. If not, I will close the recording and give to Alessandro to manage like the meeting and to pass it to the private part of the session.
No, yeah, okay, nothing to add.
Very good.
Good.
So
Thank you,
thank you everybody. I will just close it. So